All right, we are live with the daily Parks and Rec show, episode number 22. After 22 episodes, we have learned so much. We have really gone far on our software stack. Today, we chose a social media management software tool. So I know this is something that a lot of you are going to have tons of questions about because choosing a social media management tool is challenging, and then learning how to operate that one. So we looked at a few. We ended up going with Metricool. So we'll be learning on that today. We also have our Instagram page up. We have our LinkedIn page up, and we finally today got our Facebook page up. So we will be producing our content live on the Facebook page today for the first time. So as you may know, that if you're a city, you probably have to choose to whether you're going to start a Facebook group or a Facebook page. Facebook pages are more for announcements. It's not really a back and forth collaborative where you can build a community as well as you can on a Facebook group, which is more the group coming together. And that's why we chose to first form a Facebook group way back in the day. But now we want to air the show daily, and then we also want to make announcements for a lot of other organizations like the Parks and Rec Associate, the state associations and national associations. So we figured that would be a better place to make announcements. Plus, what you'll find is Facebook does not allow third-party softwares to communicate very well or at all in Facebook groups. So you're kind of stuck with having to do a Facebook page for the whole announcements and cross-pollinating posts if you make content and you want it to go out through a third-party platform on multiple platforms, then you're going to have to go with a page for Facebook. It's also we'll distribute on Twitter, LinkedIn, and there's actually many good tools out there like that. My editor was experienced with Metricool, so that's why we ended up going with it. But I will let y'all know how it goes because, like learning any new software, it can be challenging. So I will again plow the trail for the team and let y'all know what I find and if I will recommend it to y'all after we kind of use it on our platform. Okay. So with that being said, we are still trying to grow a membership on LinkedIn, grow the community there. We now have our new Facebook page that we'll be sharing with people. So appreciate y'all liking and subscribing and joining those groups as we build them out. Okay. We have got a lot of people coming onto the show starting next week. Let me go ahead and pull up the calendar real quick. All right. Let's see. Bear with me here while I pull it up. I can't figure it out on I'll just pull it up on my mobile app. Okay, so we've got Sam Diamond. For those of you, some of the original members, Sam helped me create the Parks and Rec Done Right Facebook group originally. So he will be joining us on Monday. Then we have Michael Clark coming in on a Wednesday. So Monday and Wednesday. Sam's going to be on Monday the 6th. We've got Michael Clark coming on Wednesday, January the 8th. And then we've got on January 15th, we've got Marlon Sams, who was the former president of the Kentucky Parks and Rec Association. And then we've got a ton of people lined up for phone calls to also get on the show. I just want to make sure they kind of know what they're getting into and that it's a good fit. And of course, we're building out the show and what that's all about and how we actually bring value to the show by having these interviews. So I'm building a lot of this out. Some of you may consider this prematurely. I look at it as I really want to document how to build a podcast from start to finish, both the hardware stack, the software stack, building the community, and just letting y'all be a part of the early days where everything's not perfect. But we're launching anyway, because that's where you get all the expertise is really when you go live, when you produce content, when you post content, and then improve upon it. It's really hard to improve upon something before it goes to market because you don't know what you don't have a lot of market feedback. You don't have a lot of feedback from the people you're trying to serve. And so we have been getting a ton of great feedback from the community on, well, have you thought of this? Have you considered doing it this way? This would be a good topic. This would be a good person to interview. And if it's all kind of stuck in the kitchen, then your people never get to kind of taste what you build and make recommendations for you, tell you, give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And so that's why I think it's critical to just start. One of my old mentors, one of the best entrepreneurial advice he ever gave me was one word, one simple word: start. Just start. Just you'll figure it out after you start. You can only stay in boot camp for so long before you got to go to battle. So that's why our first day we went live pretty much. And I would say, probably the first 30 to 60 episodes is where you see a lot of evolution. But there's a lot of evolution to anything you create throughout the whole journey. But in those early days, you're really adding things on. Y'all may hear my sound is not so echoey. I had to put some sound dampening stuff in my library. I also ordered the little 2-inch foam for soundboards and stuff that you can put on bookshelves or underneath your table or on the floor. I also ordered a rug for the room. And so a lot of that, I was talking to a sound engineer, and he said a lot of it is eliminating the echo and the places where sound can bounce off. So already in this room, I can hear a huge difference between here and like the next room. That being said, if you have a recording studio, that's something you want to think about is if it's very echoey because you have nothing in the room, you may want to put down a rug. You can put down anything on the wall to help capture the sound. And then if you go on Amazon, I can put a link on this one as to what I ordered, but just put in sound foam, and you can buy the little 12 by 12 by 3-inch squares with the sticky thing, the 3M sticky stuff on the back. And then you can put it to a foam board. You can stick it underneath a big table if it's bouncing off the table. That's another thing I read. Your voice can bounce off the floor, the hard floor, onto the bottom of a table, which I am on a big wooden table here. And so that can create a lot of background noise. So creating a sound stage for your little podcast area as you're setting up your hardware, there's going to be some things you got to do there. You want eliminate background noise. There's a couple things you can do with that. And then also, I actually have some stuff coming in. I ordered some sound equipment that should be coming in this Saturday, I believe. And so I'll hook that up. This will probably be the last episode on the Yeti. This is what I operated on to begin with, the first 20 episodes. And then when I did the Bitcoin Daily Show, I think I did 80 video recorded episodes on this thing here. So that's really all you need to get started. This thing has served me well for almost a year, but it's time to go because I want to do some other things and get some higher quality. But this will certainly get you off the ground and get you going. And I think I paid $150 or $160 for this at Best Buy. The next level for me is probably around $1,000. That's where you get like a soundboard, a cable, a mic stand that you can attach, and then a good production quality mic. Now, this isn't the fanciest stuff you can get. This is just kind of, if you're going to do production quality, this is kind of where it starts. I would say maybe not at the very beginning, but maybe a little bit further up. So it's maybe a mid-level. You certainly could spend a lot more, but again, it just depends on how much budget you have. And so I want to be able to share all the different tiers so that we can create like a bare bones, just let's get started. And then we can improve the sound, we can improve the lighting, we can improve the room, we can improve the camera. Right now, the camera I'm using is the one on a brand new MacBook Air that I bought for the show. I think I paid $1,000 for it at Best Buy, or I might have got a discount because I bought it on Cyber Monday or something like that. So that's so far the hardware stack that we have. And then the software stack, we are learning so much about distribution across all these platforms. It is a lot to manage. I can tell you, if you are a social media manager or you in charge of media and marketing for your city, there's a lot of decisions to make. There's a lot of platforms you can use. There's a lot of ways to get the word out about your community. And it's a lot to choose through. Obviously, you can't do it all on day one. You got to just kind of start with what you got. Obviously, most cities have their website going and a Facebook page or a Facebook group. Just start there, and then you can grow. Either if you want a little YouTube channel or something as your library. But I will keep y'all up to date on all the software and hardware as it comes in. Hopefully, y'all can see and hear the improvements as they come in. I think the next thing I'm going to do is get the lighting. I have this little rig here. There's my lighting. And so what I've learned is you kind of want this thing off to the side. You don't want it right in front of you. You kind of want it off to the side. There's all kind of YouTube videos you can watch on how to properly light a stage. And I'm not there yet either. Nate would, he's the producer of the Bitcoin Effect, and me and him became good friends, and he's helping me produce some of this stuff. So thank you, Nate, for all the advice that you've given me as far as sound. I'll be looking for advice on lighting next, and then cameras, and then eventually we will have a legitimate podcast with all the hardware. And then I've got Kathleen help me out in the background on editing and distributing through Metricool now. I actually got her a tool to work with, a software tool. I think we ended up going with the advanced package, and that's like $50 a month. But it should save her about 30% of the time. So for $50 a month, you can save 30% of your editor or your distributor's time. And you can even do some editing and stuff. It attaches to Canva and some other stuff. So I'm still figuring it out, but I want to learn it too, so that I can actually help out with the team. Okay, so I think that's all we have for today. Just wanted to give y'all another short update before we have this onslaught of interviews. Hope y'all are having an awesome year so far in 2025. Still weird to say 2025, but here we are, January 3rd, 2025. We are on our 22nd episode of the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live weekdays, 12 noon Eastern, here on X, here on soon to be on LinkedIn. And right now it's on my personal LinkedIn, so I haven't actually got it up to 150 subscribers yet, or followers. We are live for the first time today on the new Facebook page of the the Daily Parks and Rec Show. So please follow us there. It literally went live this morning. I was so close to getting the Instagram page up and running, but I'm having a hard time connecting my Instagram page to my Facebook page. So I really feel, I am starting to feel sorry for all the people that have to set an entire new brand, a new city up from the beginning across all the social media platforms. They really do ask a lot. It takes a lot of time to get all the banners right and the logos right and the permissions set up, and then to bring on admins. But like I promised, once I get all this set up, we will be glad to help show you all the ropes. Any city that wants to launch a podcast, and we'll close with this. If you're a city, you want to launch a podcast, you don't know quite where to start, reach out to me. I will be glad to show you everything that we've learned, and we'll help you get started. And I'll even help host some of the first few shows for you, with you, just to help you get off the ground, and then we can kind of learn together. So I think I made that offer a week or so ago. It still stands. And we'd be glad to help you all out. All right. So this is Craig LeBlanc with the Daily Parks and Recs Show, live weekdays, 12 noon Eastern. I will see y'all. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all here again with Sam on Monday. Y'all have an awesome weekend. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.